Whenever I say ma PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you very much. Let's crack the Adu-Boahene story right now. And we warned the Attorney General about excessive press conferences that were not the way in which prosecutors work. Prosecutors will usually go to court and make their case. Dominic Ayini, the Attorney General, began his work with excessive press conferences. Now he has stopped, but we are waiting for his next press conference because some of the things happening in the court, well, we have to wait to see. But it looks like what is happening in the court is not bearing out what he said at the press conference. It appears like that. The judge is the ultimate decision maker. We are not the decision makers. The High Court judge is the ultimate decision maker. We understand that in the process, the judge has been changed. Whilst we know that the Chief Justice has the prerogative to do that, no reasons have been assigned to the lawyers as to why the judge was changed. But we do know that the Chief Justice has the prerogative to change judges. So the judge in the Adu-Boahene case has been changed. His Lordship Justice Nyandu has been replaced with a new judge who heard the case 2 days ago. The last 3 times they were in court was a new judge. But the kind of testimony coming out of the court is serious. Have a look at this conversation on Peace FM, and then we'll come and give you the data and the facts. Have a look.
Already, Edith, Ruby, Opokua, Eduamwa. Na Auntie Edith, Ruby, Opokua, Eduamwa. And then you give us a bit of ass and toa. One walk with the dance here. Say, Kwabena Adu-Boahene. Kwabena Adu-Boahene, your bonus was say, hey, Sika, where we are not there, one the 5 question. Attorney General Ben press conference. Say, no, maybe Bohraman and yes, hey, Attorney General. Say, we would now hear Okunini Womrem, a ban lawyer penny pow. Now, Emram ya young qua Emrescu, you be me say. Say, there's so board Dominic. Say, Dominic, why you A, B, C, D? Ye knew I said the whole court. Near Quack could do us him. Now, quote, not just as someone wanted to Dominic, you see, or D4 and now or Dibim. Nanso, Nancy, Assembly Attorney General press conference. One big chim in the way you say, the way you say. Yes, 49.1 million Ghana cedis. Rabasa, Ayira F National Office. You National Security Fusika and the fine could see him. Odansini Bako, Adi Dinde edit Ruby, Opokua, Eduamwa, and Wokodi Adansia. Ono in charge of finance, or say, ye nimisi kebi a year 49.1 million. Ayira. And you say, na yamwana mo, no, see, I want to mean intro. I didn't mean Numinka. Me Jimmy Cannon, or no, Attorney General second prosecution witness. Attorney General no witness, second prosecution witness. Ababe John say, or no edit Ruby Opokua Eduamwa. Yan can't no to a General High Court to a Sini Pine. Say she has no record. HSA 49.1 million Ghana cedis. Aya at free national security for Adosu. In this answer, ya can the any castronum, menamna metete, menamna metete, ubeti pe. Eti ya best leg and perifo. Any penny when yam at the same cosua, a top for my sabit, na say anessa. Say Asamba, Mumma quote to name Rano, enye Juma. Na ye say ye can crucify no public court. Say the panasam say na sem ni akanon na abranti kwabena Adu-Boahene said yes ya horo ne pa ye be ye hwehwem be wie ne wanifo a na nani onyam be sida siesie me twi okra ne ntiasie no man be kure ba se mo de me kwa me bo na e me de se ye kan ho asem say ye best Attorney General say nke be ya press conference about cases no ka ontwa so ehunhia na oma court ni nya adwuma wan Ghana city adwenkyere ne say ehunhia kwa ye hwehwemu wo wi a won krata o document wo de akwa akoma court na wo afefiri ho no tietia na Miss Edith Ruby Opoku Eduamwen on serve as head of finance within the National Security Bureau ejwonye se bia obi a wotakwanche bi agigi susu bi o wonye ni paatoa our national security ho na wono no kwa serve as second witness a waka ni paying say 49.1 million Ghana cedi bi anwa.
Oh, why do I have this behind? Please, can you change it very quickly? It was disturb the video. Yes, thank you. So you heard that. So what happened in court was that the lady said to the court, and I'm going to show you the text, that, you know, the Attorney General's case was formulated on some 49 million that is missing, or some 49 million that has been stolen by Kwabena Adu-Boahene. They had their exchange rate and translated the 49 million to be $7 million. They said that Kwabena introduced an account together with his wife called BNC Private Account. Listen to Dominic Aini speaking to Ghanaians months ago in 2025. Listen to Dominic Aini.
The transfer from the National BNC's account brought the total transfers that he made to his private BNC to 49 million Ghana cedis. By the exchange rate at the time, this amount was exactly the Ghana cedi equivalent of 7 million United States of American dollars. The transfer from the National BNC's account brought the total transfers that he made to his private BNC to 49 million Ghana cedis. By the exchange rate at the time, this amount was exactly the Ghana cedi equivalent of 7 million United States of American dollars. The transfer from the National BNC's account brought the total transfers that he made to his private BNC to 49 million Ghana cedis. By the exchange rate at the time, this amount was exactly the Ghana cedi equivalent of 7 million United States of American dollars.
Can you hear that? An attorney general going to court to prosecute a case. He comes to do a press conference and pronounces the accused person guilty to the general public in pursuit of oral. Their oral, the so-called oral. In pursuit of oral, the learned attorney general comes to does something that has never happened in the history of the Fourth Republic. And we've said it here many, many, many times. The first attorney general of the Fourth Republic is probably Anthony Forson. Or is it Tando? Maybe it's Tando. And then Anthony Forson. And then Nobeda Samoa. And then Nana Akufo-Addo, Papa Usman Kuma, Ayikwe Otu, Joe Garte, Marietta Brew, isn't it? Yeah, it is indeed. No, Betty Mould Idrisu. And then you had Martin Amidu. And then you had who else? Somebody came, and then you had at NPP coming, isn't it? Gloria Kufu, Godfrey Dame. No attorney general, none of them, not even the revolutionary Obeda Samoa, will hold a press conference and pronounce an accused person guilty. And I've said it before, when we're covering quality grain in 2001, 2002, Nana Akufo-Addo was the attorney general. He was prosecuting the case together with the director of public prosecutions. He died. May he rest in peace. His name is Safo Sampong. And they will not even grant interviews after court. Akufo-Addo thought that it was unethical to grant interviews after court when you are prosecuting, not with Dominic Aini. As for him, oh, the picture is not yet. Sorry, viewers. As for Dominic Aini, he comes to the markets and pronounces people guilty in the ears of the general public. Do you know what has happened to Dominic Aini? As a lawyer, who is a seasoned lawyer like him, who has been teaching law for many years, he was listening to a journalist. How can a journalist, we journalists, we are whistleblowers. The work of a journalist is essentially whistleblowing. The whistle that we blow, some of it may be correct, some may not be correct. Eventually, those that are correct, the state benefits. So journalists are whistleblowers. Journalists don't take a tooth comb and go through a process to determine what is actionable and what is not actionable. When we are doing our stories, we don't check whether this is a violation of Act 29 or that the procedures have been violated. That's not our call. Our call is to throw the light on whatever is happening, to point people to something may be happening here so that authorities can act. But if you are a prosecutor, an important one like the Attorney General, and your ears are given to a journalist to tell you the case you are making, then you will be holding press conferences like that and be talking about things that are not even actionable. They were talking about Adu-Boahene has cars, Adu-Boahene has houses. That has not even come up in the courts. It's not part of the court work. That is how we journalists are. We are whistleblowers. We are not prosecutors. We can't help you to prosecute. We can just blow the whistle so that you, the Attorney General, you can look into the matter and come back and tell us something. That is why Dom Levo said that the oral, most of the things that came is garbage. That's why Dom Levo said that. He said it's garbage. Because that is our work as journalists. We are blowing the whistle. So Adom-Otchere may have ceded his office to a journalist to tell him what to do. And that is why we are having what we are having. Listen to Joy FM's report of the matter that happened in court. Fresh allegations, fresh revelations, it says, emerged in court today during the cross-examination of the prosecution's second witness and head of the finance at the National Signals Bureau, Ruby Edith Adumwa, as the trial involving Adu-Boahene and others continued. Now, you have to understand, viewers, that the said Ruby Adumwa is Director of Finance at the National Signals Bureau. She is a witness for the prosecution. The prosecution have brought her to court so that hopefully she will make their case for them, or she will support the case that they are making. The case they are making is that Adu-Boahene, together with his wife, siphoned 49 million Ghana cedis that belongs to the state, and that's why they are being prosecuted. Here is their prosecution witness who is coming to tell us how Adu-Boahene siphoned 49 million together with his wife. Listen to what she says. This is what she says. The witness told the court that in her capacity as the head of finance within the national security setup, she is not aware of any theft or missing 49.1 million. The witness, the director of finance, under whose auspices all the financial transactions go, she is saying to the court, as a prosecution witness, that's me, I'm not aware that any money has been stolen. Let's go on. She further stated that she has not reported any such financial loss to her superiors, the Attorney General, Iyoko, and Auditor General, or the police. According to her, it would have been her responsibility to flag any such irregularity if it had occurred. She also indicated that there has been no complaint, management query, or adverse findings from the National Security Establishment regarding any missing 49.1 million. Her testimony adds a new dimension to earlier proceedings where she disclosed that Adu-Boahene was compelled by financial constraints within the national security apparatus to arrange and pre-finance payment to suppliers. Under cross-examination by Defense Counsel Samuel Atachian, she explained that the institution was at one point left with a balance of just 11,000 cedis, prompting measures to address obligations with Ability Computers and Software Industries Limited of Israel. Adu-Boahene, who is standing trial alongside his wife Angela Ejeboatin, faces multiple charges including causing financial loss to the state, money laundering, and stealing in connection with an alleged 49.1 million cybersecurity contract scandal. Speaking to the media after the proceedings, Defense Counsel Samuel Atachian maintained that the prosecution's witness is being factual and that nothing can change the evidence presented. So far, so very good. The prosecution's witness is just being factual, and there's no way you can improve upon the facts that are before the court. There's nothing we have put across that is not from the prosecution itself. If your adversary is admitting your facts, then the conclusion is yours, he said. The developments in court appear to contrast with earlier claims by the Attorney General Adom-Otchere, who alleged that Adu-Boahene transferred 49.1 million from a Bureau of National Communications account into a private company account linked to himself and his wife. However, previous court proceedings reveal that the funds in question were disbursed through checks signed by the National Security Coordinator and drawn from the coordinator's account NSC at Fidelity Bank for special operations. The defense argues that this undermines claims that the accused acted unilaterally. The case has been adjourned to the 9th of April as cross-examination continues. That's the Joy FM reports, which says that what is coming out is showing a clear contradiction between the facts that have been delivered to the court and the press conference that was run by Adom-Otchere, the Attorney General. I am waiting for Adom-Otchere to call another press conference. I understand that Felix Kwatsu is with the president around the country. I'm sure that when he's back, he will call Dominic Ayine to hold another press conference so that media can ask him these questions. That, Mr. Attorney General, you said the guy has stolen. Your witness in court said the guy has not stolen and that she is not aware of any thefts. But you said the guy has stolen. I won't say much.
You were invited by the OSP some time back.
Yes, yes.
What was it about?
They were concerned about some revenue assurance contract at the airport. And at the airport, we had an engagement with a company to assure us of the revenue that the airport was getting, whether it was legitimate or not. The company came up with an idea that they could increase the revenue for us by placing some checks and balances on the people who were collecting the revenue for us. And we engaged with them, and we left before the details happened. The OSP was investigating a company called SML. And they had observed that the SML company had a relationship with a company that we had given or purported to give a contract to. And they assumed that there was some fishy deal in the matter. I don't speak much about it because apparently they are still investigating.
Oh, interesting.
So we're waiting for them.
So you were invited, you just answered your questions and...
I was detained, as you may know.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, because they wanted a bail condition I couldn't satisfy. Eventually was satisfied, so...
What kind of place were you detained in? How was the place?
Or you get detained in the cells at the BNI.
How's the place like? Describe
It's a cell. You go, there are other people there. Then you go and hang out with them, talk to them, chat with them. And they'll ask you why are you here. You ask them why they are here. And you talk. If you are a talkative like me and you want a story, you can talk to them. I got a few stories which I'll release much later. Not anytime soon, because I engaged them, spoke to everybody there.
Interesting. So it's like, is it like the Nima police station cell? You know, the kind of cell where you have your toilet right there, you know, you have beds.
You have mattresses, a bit more decent than that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And we were told that it's a bit more decent than that when they were taking us there.
You know, they were feeding you, okay?
I didn't get the opportunity. I think I had breakfast, and then at lunchtime we were told that we should get out. So 3 of us. So we went there in the evening at 7. We had eaten already. So breakfast we had, and then about 11 o'clock we left.
Were you maltreated in any way?
No,
anybody tried to
they don't do that. They just put you in a cell and wait for instructions. But you don't know what's happening outside the world. So if you are coming from the life I'm coming from, you can be very concerned. For a few hours you are there, you don't have your phone, you don't have anything.
Not even a book?
You can read a book as I did, but they will have to check what is in the book, because according to their rules, if it's a book that is going to get you to commit suicide, then they won't let you read it. So they have to see the content. And mine was just a normal political book. So.
Wow. So there's not even a TV there, nothing?
No, you are not supposed to, because you are thought to have been in the middle of doing something wrong. So you are not as free as you should be until you are asked to get out of the cell. Like,
so you also have to take off your shirt and stuff?
Yeah, you take off everything, and they have some gown they'll give you to wear. And you take off your... It's not that complicated if you are confident that you've done nothing wrong and you know that you'll be released soon because you've done nothing wrong. But it can get complicated if you, for instance, you don't have legal representation. Some of the people I spoke to, they have come there, they don't even know all together what they've done. Wow. They were standing somewhere and an arrest was conducted and they were arrested. And they don't know anybody, and that can be very telling. Yeah, there are people. There were people there like that.
So what, like a case of being in the bath?
Oh, so when I got out, I spoke to some lawyers that I can't mention their name, of course, and told them that, Charlie, this is the guys they're going to see. 2 of them, I think, have gotten out since. That can be telling. I mean, if there was some suggestion that if people are brought to detention center, the people who brought them there within 1 week, they should either. The detention center should either release them or the people should come and say something, because they were telling us sometimes they bring the people here and they forget. So they either come from OSP or they've come from Yoko, or Yoko has brought some 5 people. Yoko hasn't come back to the detention center. That the 5 people we brought, where are they? 4 months, they haven't come back. The people at the detention center don't know what to do. These guys came here, the guys asked them, they say your bosses haven't said anything, so we don't know. That's a problem. That's a problem. But if you have good legal representation and you are confident of this and that, you should be okay. But the problem is, people get there, they don't even know why they are there. They are nobodies, nobody, they don't know anybody, they don't know any lawyer. They were going to buy, the guy told me he was going to buy tea And then they say, hey, arrest. And they arrested some people and they say, you two are part. It's part of what? Then they took him.
Go buy tea.
Yeah.
They just carry.
But you're going to buy tea. So you happen to be there when the arrest is being conducted on some guy. And they arrest the guy and they arrest other people.
So wait, if they come here purposely for, say, Mekrikwi, they can arrest all of us?
No,
I don't get it.
Not just that. So they are looking for some fraud guy or something.
Right.
The fraud guy buys check at East Legon.
So they are
every
not sure
midnight.
exactly.
Yeah, so
when they get there,
they waylay him. And this fraud guy comes with forecasts. And some are sitting at the back of the car. They are, that kind of thing. The movement they do, the we feeling. So they waylay them. The security waylay them. They see the guy has arrived. They say that is him. But they sort of arrest all the people with the intention to go and look at it. But if they're looking at it after they arrest and send you guys there and they get another assignment and they are going to somewhere, they have another assignment, they are going somewhere, then
I have a similar experience.
Right.
Back in Legon at the University of Ghana, one night a policeman stopped me and took me to the Legon police station. When he took me, the lights were off. There were no lights, So he just told me to sit down. And I sat. Mercury, I don't even know when the guy left. I had been sitting there for like 20, 30 minutes. And then, people were coming in. There was some lantern, something, It was this around 2003, And then the lights came on. And when the lights came on, one of the people said, hey, I'm watching our hands where. I was the guy was nowhere there.
Just like that.
Wow. Yeah, he had just left. So if they had put me behind bars in the counter, that's how. That's serious.
Yes, it is. It is.
That really is serious. I mean, they just threw you. They don't catch you before Mercury.
It's not their fault. They get onto another assignment.
Yeah. So they just move on. Anyway, I promise you will not go past 10.
Yes,
so
please.
I'm going to try to be bringing this conversation to a close. We have about 2 years to go for another election. I mean, you followed politics for a while. What, 2 years, right?
2 years. 2 years and a bit, a bit more than that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you followed politics for a while. Everybody knows who's going to be representing the New Patriotic Party.
Yeah.
If you were to advise Dr. Bawumia on who you think a running mate should be, what kind of quality, what kind of person would you look for? Do you have someone in mind? Maybe aside yourself.
Because I think that I'm going to be a bit more interested in the campaign of Dr. Bawumia than I had been before in 2024's elections. I don't want to publicly speak about the decisions that he should be making. I think that he has a wonderful opportunity to unite the party. The first step is that he's been elected. There's a wonderful opportunity to unite the party. He sits in the best position to do that. He has enough time before the next election. He has run the campaign before in 2024. He knows what went wrong. And he, better than anyone else, can correct these things. I have absolute confidence in him that he knows what he's doing. And I'm sure that Ghanaians will get the opportunity to taste of his leadership very, very soon, hopefully in 2028.
Who do you see leading the NDC?
Oh, that's something I'm relishing. I'm enjoying it. I'm really, really.
Who do you see? Any front runners? Any names?
It's going to history. It might just repeat itself all the time. The contest is going to be between the government and the party. Whenever the government and the party compete, the party usually wins. I think Adom-Otchere has done enough to take the lead in the NDC race. I see he's going to get a run for his money. People have been pushing Kesel Atu-Forsen. But the problem with Atu-Forsen is that whilst Atu-Forsen's image, and that's the danger about politics. You see, politics and football are about the same. But politics is more complicated. In football, your fortunes are with you. You determine how your fortunes play out as a football team or a football player. You determine it. It's up to you, entirely up to you. In politics, it is both up to you and up to circumstance. The atmosphere can change for you without you having done anything wrong. That's politics, very, very serious. That kind of situation affects usually certain key appointment holders, particularly finance minister. So as a finance minister, your fortunes is not determined by just your work, especially if you're an African finance minister. Ken Ofori-Atta once wrote an article which we've all forgotten when COVID started. He wrote an article in the London Times and said, what will an African finance minister do? So Atu-Forsen can have applause in 2025. and can end up in 2027 down as the most unpopular minister, not because he's done anything wrong, but when you're finance minister, that's how it is all over the world. It happens to
a lot of global factors can affect
everything. Even if you're a UK finance minister, things can affect you. So there are two forcing challenge against Adom-Otchere might not be sustainable. Adom-Otchere is going on. He doesn't have anything really to judge him, apart from recently what he said. He must guard his speech and be careful. But Atu-Forcing might not survive that situation, depending on what happens around. Tomorrow, petrol prices go up, kerosene goes up, and people are going to blame the finance minister. He hasn't done anything wrong. When people were celebrating Atu-Forcing that he's been... I went to the office one day, the boys came to me and said, I have some NDC people in my team. And they said, boss, Atu-Forcing is the best finance minister in the year. Of World Bank. The World Bank says so.
Okay, World Bank says so.
And I told them that, go and check. 2017, World Bank said the same thing about Furata.
Yeah.
They said, boss, are you sure? I said, and 2018 too. So don't worry. You know, finance minister, you are at the mercy of the wind.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very difficult to carry a finance minister's image into the primaries and win. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think that I get the sense that the center of the NDC is beginning to look at Atu-Forcing as a successor more than Johnson Adom-Otchere. But I think Adom-Otchere is going to win. Now, the other problem, which is why the NDC, the NPP may have a glimmer of hope, doesn't mean anything, but it may have a small glimmer of hope, is that if you look at the political history in Ghana and America, since 1988, that far, no candidate, no party, ruling party has changed a candidate and won. 1988 was the last time. It was Ronald Reagan who was the president. George Bush was the vice president. The vice president became the candidate, and he won a one term in 1988. Yeah. Since then, America, one of the best presidents America never had is Clinton's vice president. He's called Al Gore.
Yeah.
Everyone was rooting for Al Gore.
Al Gore, yeah.
But Al Gore was one of the examples that shows that it's really difficult for a ruling party to change a candidate and win. That said, the NDC can take consolation in the fact that that situation happens in second term, not in first term. How will you call John Mahama? Is it a first term or is it a second term? The jury is out. So we don't know what's going to happen. But you hardly change a candidate and win. Akufo-Addo changed, NPP changed to Bawumia and lost. NPP changed to Akufo-Addo Kufuor and lost. Mahama won, but he was president before he won. Yeah. And Mahama lost again as a sitting president. That's another problem for the NDC. This is the first time, and I said it on a political program and I was challenged by Al-Hassan Suhaini, but it's true. This is the first time the NDC is going through any contest. They've never done so. Never, ever done so. Presidential contest. And I say...
You mean internally?
Internally, yeah. They've never gone for a presidential contest. Rollins was the leader. Then Mills became the leader without a contest. John Mahama became the leader without a contest.
Yeah.
There was no contest.
Yeah, there was no contest.
If they are going to run a contest now to choose a flag bearer, this is the first in 35 years that the National Democratic Congress is going to choose a leader by a contest. So they will have to deal with it.
What do you say to those who opine strongly that, look, it's about time Ghana had a female president and the vice president is in pole position to step up?
I've been saying to some of my MPP in Iraq war, you know why? Because Aliko Dangote has a refinery in Nigeria that is refining 500 barrels
a day.
So they are fine. Then they are quiet. They are not talking because Aliko Dangote was allowed to exist. They could have cut Aliko Dangote off. They could have said that he has stolen tax money, GRA, this, that, then cut him off. But Aliko Dangote's refinery is not in Albania. It is in Nigeria. And the oil is being... If Magdan had a refinery that is doing 500 barrels of oil today, MP will be talking to him. And they'll say, relax, we're good. Magdan will refine for us. And Magdan will take the fall for it because he may be able to sell the crude and the refined products at a higher price outside the country, because that's what's happening today. But he will look at Ghana, he'll look at Labadi, he'll look at Nungwa and say it's okay. But another foreigner will not do that. So if you have a right-wing government that is building these people, you have built 10 Magdans, you have built 15 Zoom Lions, you're good to go. That's what America has done.
Or 10 Ibrahim Mohammed.
You're good to go.
Response.
Somebody is in mining, and then that's what Achampon said, that's what Buzia said. Let us get to the place where the commanding heights of our economy are in the hands of Ghanaians themselves.
We are speaking to the man, Paul Adom-Otchere. Are you on TV tonight?
No.
We thank God. Because I'm enjoying this conversation too much. Listen, the next question I'm going to ask a bit tricky, so I'm going to give you some time.
I like that. That's Lidodo.
Lidodo, rather. Yeah. Sorry.
Lidodo. It sounds like George Dako,
though. It sounds like George Dako. It is Lidodo. you mentioned something about lean government, big business, big business, and all that. Ghana currently has the smallest government in the history of the Fourth Republic, don't we?
Oh, well, yes, that's what, in terms of ministers and deputy ministers, yeah, it's much smaller than before. But if you listen to what Abu Jinapor told Parliament, they are directors, and I'm not even concerned about that. I mean, if the government wants to have, when we talk about big governments, it's not about individuals. It's about the role that government plays, how much influence government has in something. That's really the point.
Okay.
So if we have consumer protection, it should not be government. It should be consumer protection grown well. Government doesn't have that influence in it. Government must do the important things he has to do and allow businesses to grow and let people function. We have laws that are like that. We have some laws like that. For instance, if you go to the NCA and you get a radio license today, you are allowed over the next 5 years not to pay anything so that the business can grow. We have these laws that we must build. I mean, I don't know how many people in Ghana, for all the wealth that we have as a nation, can say that they have $10 billion. Who? He'll get there. He'll get there.
This one has been organizing the Ghana DJ Awards for how many years now?
I'll get there.
How many years now?
You didn't mention McDonald.
Oh, Ghana DJ Awards, how many? How many years now?
Yeah, he'll get there.
You know, I mean, he's been doing it. No sponsorship. No.
Look at the democracy that we have today. The democracy that we have today has fundamentally been sustained by Joy FM based on what happened in the 2000 election. A bit of Radio Gold was available, and by 2004 there were more stations. If private people did not take their private money to set up media organizations, our democracy would have collapsed. Yeah. So when we talk about building private sector, so somebody, Zoom Lion,
when you say our democracy would have collapsed, are you saying we would have gone back to military?
We wouldn't have had the second opinion that frightened those who wanted to derail our democracy.
So there would have been a democracy, but it would have been skewed one way.
We wouldn't have had it because the people who wanted to undermine the democracy would have had their way. Right. The reason why they didn't get their way is that there were other voices who spoke. We were on TV here at Joy FM in 2000. I was hosting a program called Decision 2000, which was Joy FM's election program. Whilst we were on the show, Professor Adu-Boahene was talking about being critical of the NDC government. And then two men arrived at the Joy FM front desk that they have come to pick her up. They are from DNI.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I was a host. I went out to see them, and I started calling my bosses. Charlie, some people are here, blah, blah, blah.
Pick the woman up. Your panel member.
Yeah, they said I come to pick her up. I said, what has she done?
Pick her up.
They said, oh, no, they have instructions from above to pick her up.
Wow.
So I called an important person, and they were listening. I said, Chief, your people are here to pick up Professor Adu-Boahene. If this happens, the news that will go out tomorrow. He said, but who is that? I said, well, from your people. He said, no, but we can't do that. They don't understand that Ghana has changed. This is what he said. And they heard it, and they started going away. And this is what he said, they don't understand that Ghana has changed. They were there to come and pick up this. That will never happen today. Today, it will never happen.
The power of the media.
The power of the media. And it's not private media.
Rise without media.
It's private media. That's the most. It's private media. Private media that has been that has people's own resources. Private people. Some have succeeded. Some didn't succeed. Vibe FM didn't succeed. Maybe somebody lost money, but they sacrificed because they're Ghanaians. So it's important for us to understand that when we develop business entrepreneurs, like people like you, what you guys are a taxi driver, you know, and all the things that you do, we need to find a way to use some of the gold and the diamond to support that. It's not just for them. It will blow up and everybody will get something out of it. There's always a cataclysmic effect when you spread that. A friend
of mine said, look, Ghana, we're just 33 million and we have so much wealth that every single Ghanaian can become a millionaire if we have a government that is willing to actually invest in the people and give back to the people. Every single Ghanaian can become a millionaire because we have so much. You believe this?
Oh, I believe it. We have a long way to get there, but I certainly believe that how we can convert our resources to developing our people, and that's why I was 100% for free SHS. I mean, I heard people say that if you can pay and all of that. No, I don't agree with that. If you can pay, there was a fund that was set up by the government that you can pay money into. I sincerely hope that that policy will succeed. Because I've been to secondary school and I've seen people who struggle to pay their fees, who have become surgeons and great engineers in America, and I remember how they struggle to pay their fees. That if they didn't pay their fees, this boy we celebrate today, and all of them have gone brain drain, they're all in America. This boy we celebrate today as a great scientist with NASA. who we all knew from Prosec,
yeah.
he wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
So free SHS is an important policy. I can't understand how any politician would be against such a policy, but it's okay. I mean, there's not a forum to discuss that.
Cow charcoal toothpaste. Do you remember not too long ago our parents used to brush our teeth with, what do they call that thing? I've forgotten. That pounded, peduncle of plantain. They call it Adom-Otchere or something like that, mixed with charcoal. Now, charcoal has essential medicinal properties that help remove toxins from our bodies. The natural absorptive property of charcoal helps to remove the bacteria that produces bad breath in the mouth, and it's giving you a very, very beautiful fresh breath. Now, cow charcoal, the devil is a liar. Cow charcoal toothpaste has been formulated and produced under strict hygienic condition with all the necessary production protocols and has been approved by the FDA. Now, constant use of cow charcoal toothpaste gives you, the following. Let me mention them. First, it reduces dental plaque. It makes the gum healthy and strong. It prevents cavity. Now, cow charcoal toothpaste is recommended for adults and children from 6 years and above. Cow charcoal toothpaste for white teeth and fresh breath all day long. This is another quality product from Samara Company Limited. You may want to call them on 0246 864 798 or that's 0501 454 462. Cow charcoal toothpaste, happy smile. We're having a great convo right here with the man Paul Adom-Otchere, host of Good Evening Ghana and author of this book that I have here, Africa's New Constitutional Leadership, 77 Stories That Defined Ghana's Fourth Republic. Paul, which of these 77 stories is your favorite?
I've been asked that question a few times by people who have read the book. I don't know, but, I don't know. All are good stories.
All are good stories.
The stories are actually more than 77, but we just use the title 77 because it's not a tongue twister. It's easy to say.
Okay.
So
Right.
there are few. We thought we were... In fact, when we started, we didn't know that we would get 77 stories. Then we crossed.
Oh, okay.
Because the young people I was working with would tell me that, boss, this is your stories, 3 stories in one. Let's separate it.
Break it
up.
up.
And then we do that.
Solid. So the book is out on the market?
It's been out. And the University of Ghana Bookshop, they ran out. We sent them some. EPP also has it.
How much is one?
For students, it's 200 CDs. For non-students, it's 400.
This big book, only 200.
Oh, because I want to share the information. I want to share the information. And again, you see, I write a book like this. I have to print it. It costs a lot of money. Yeah. I call a Ghanaian businessman, say, if I've written a book, I want the young people to read it. How many will you buy? And people say, okay, how much are you selling it? I say, I'm selling for, okay, I'll buy 20.
Oh, nice.
I'll buy 50. I'll buy 60. That's.
Bakri, how many you go buy?
Bakri, that's one.
Oh.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah, nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.